This ain't a stroll, it's a trial by flame, a proven ground, not a show for acclaim. But with every fall, there's a chance to rise, stronger than ever with fire in your eyes.
So, Mr. B, welcome to the Branded.
Hey man, look, we changed it up.
We did.
We're missing our usual item of the Yeti.
Yes, but that would have been a little. I mean, as you can see, our location this time would have been a little tough to get that.
Yeah,
that
listen,
thing up
that's
here.
some heavy lifting on this rooftop. But look, I see that in place of that beautiful coffee table, we've got this.
We got our very own Branded.
Hey, this bright. Listen,
Hey,
guys,
you can't miss it.
You can't.
You can't miss it.
And you shouldn't.
Nope. Your eyes got to go right here to the Branded.
That's it. So I got mine filled up with some ice and some apple juice, really.
Right. Got some water. H2O.
Oh, hey,
Can't
listen,
go wrong with that.
Let's hydrate. Make sure. Oop, my bad. Had a couple
That's
bugs
right.
on me. But hey,
So it's good to have you on this side of the camera. You've always been here, but on the other side of it. So now I know this one's been a long time coming. So it's good to finally have you on this side of it.
thank you for having me, man. I'm excited to be here.
So today I got a good one, and we've been talking about it, and it's something that I just recently have grown into and something realized,
Sure.
and that's having brotherhood, and
Yeah.
having other men that you can count on to walk. this walk with,
100%.
you know.
100%.
And I just remember, so like to start, like for me, how it really developed and how I really kind of came to that realization. I remember people always telling me like, it's important, like you should have. And my circle had always been small. It was always very to myself. I had a very few friends here and there. But it was always just like, I kind of did my own thing.
Oh, wow. Don't let me forget, but I've got a flip side on that. But
Got you.
keep going.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, that's good stuff. Like,
And people would always tell me, whether it was past relationships or my sister, my mom,
yeah,
even friends, they would be like, you need people that you go to. And I just remember thinking like, no, I don't. I got it.
Oof. Yeah.
And it was a tough thing to like. The crazy part is I didn't realize that I needed it till things hit me so hard that you really don't even know what to do.
Yeah, you're looking for a place to lean
Yes.
on.
And then secondly, it almost came out of nowhere. And then next thing you know, I'm like, oh, so this is what they've been talking about. This is what.
It's so true. That, like, the beautiful awareness that you get out of it after the fact that it's happened. You're like, is that what that is? I'm not sure. Because you're like, I'm still doing things alone, but then there's there's a crew,
Yeah.
right? And then you're like, I didn't invite anybody.
Mm-mm.
So yeah,
Well, it's crazy how it even comes, because it's not like, well, I mean, and sometimes for some people it's a church group,
sure.
it's
There's value there. Yeah, absolutely.
maybe family members who come together,
Yep.
like men in the family that gather, but mine really didn't, like our brotherhood that we built didn't really come like that. It kind of
No.
came
That's right.
unexpectedly
That's right.
and randomly.
Right.
And it was like, whoa, where did this come from? Like, it was like one person, then the next person, and then it was like, okay, like now we got this group.
Yeah.
And then that's where you start to see it, is like, well, these are people I can count on. These are people that I can go to,
Yeah. There's a pleasantness to that, because as we go to church, and I've gone to a handful of them, you're almost anticipating, like, when you walk in there, you really are just sort of like, I don't want to say dating, but you are looking for that, like, kinship,
Mm-hmm.
because you are in a situation where you hope to find that, because where else would it be? It wouldn't be at a club. It wouldn't be at a bar. Although I wouldn't discredit that, because in the off chance there is a miracle that can happen out of those. I know
100%.
people that have met at a bar and they're married,
Yeah.
and they live a happy life. But
Yeah.
it's not a common spot, except for when you understand, when you go to a church, you're already walking into a community, so to speak, right? And there's always that assumption that that's where you're going to find it. And yet, to your point, the unexpected, when it doesn't happen at church, in that community, you're like, because I've had that moment where I'm like, where's my community? Like, I thought I was going to get one. And so you trudge along and you still go and you hope and you pray for that, and it doesn't happen. And sometimes it's like you kind of can't square peg into a round hole, that position,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, but to your point, the pleasant surprise of finding a sect of brothers that you never expected for it to happen, it's a beautiful amalgamation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even a lot of the people who I genuinely call brothers now, some I've known for years,
Right.
some I've just met,
Right.
and it's like, whoa, like how did and it just proves God's goodness, how he just puts everything together
Yeah.
at the right time. Because
Yeah.
it's like, whoa, hold on. Like, this came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And it's like, I've known you for how long? And it we've just been friends. But
Yeah.
it's not till like those, like, it's kind of like that say, like, when stuff gets rough, who's there with you?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like that.
It is like that.
But it was like the people that I didn't like, people start coming out and they're like, whoa, like,
Yeah.
I would have never expected. I appreciate that you're here, but like it caught me off guard, because it's like, I didn't expect that from you, or I didn't expect that from
From this person.
Exactly.
Yeah. Or I think the effort, especially for me now as I get older, is that there was a sense of like timidity.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I don't know, man. I don't want to nag. Like, they got their own life going.
Yeah.
But then there's not a nag, but there's a desire in your heart to be like, you know what? I'm not expecting anything, except for the fact that I will just go, hey, you know what? I was just thinking about you. Nothing weird about it. I was just thinking about you. I hope you're doing okay. Just go about your life, but just know that I was just thinking about you.
Yeah.
And you hope that's in some way will create a steamroll effect, because it's nice, really, at the end of the day, to make the effort to be like, oh, yo, dude, like, I was thought of. Like they made June, for example, as a mental health month for men.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I get it, that's cool, but I also think like that is a daily thing.
Yep.
That's
And
a daily
It's
bread
funny that you
thing.
say that, because I that's actually a topic that an episode that we got
Oh.
in the later.
That's right.
Um,
That's right. That's great.
But that was my exact thought, like, especially when I was talking to the team about the idea or the topic. I wanted to say men's mental health, but then I'm like, but it's not it's not what it is. It's just
Yeah.
it's the battles that we go through, and there's things that people don't want to talk about, and that we don't want to, but it essentially comes from like not having that brotherhood and fighting that
Yeah.
battle alone.
Yeah.
And what I've learned is that brotherhood and having those people that you call your brothers, it's not optional, it's essential.
Yeah.
And we weren't created to do this life alone, let alone the spiritual war.
Oh, definitely.
We weren't created that way. We may think that we can handle this. We may think that, like, well, I got it. I don't. But that's
what the world tells
Exactly.
you. That's what you see tell you.
Mm-hmm.
It's very easy to be consumed by the self, because from its puritanical standpoint, you are that person and you are doing it. In fact, I was just having that conversation today, just very briefly, in that people disregard the fact that you didn't come up with that idea to be an entrepreneur. You were given the spirit of that within you because you were born to be doing something. We're all born
Yeah.
to be doing something and to be communal. And you're supposed to share that. And you're supposed to share that with everyone and share that you've been created for that purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of us, I mean, before I came to understand Jesus, really, I was like, no, I could do it. I mean, I'm pushing 3-4 jobs just to exist. Like, I'm doing that. The God's not doing that.
Yeah.
And now I realize as I'm older, it's like God gives me the ability to wake up, to have strength, to keep up, and to maintain the stamina,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And that has long been forgotten because we're so caught up.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I could bench 3,000 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, yeah, but your heart's still heavy.
Well, yeah. It's even foolish to even think that we do. If God didn't want us to wake up in the morning, or even have breath in our lungs, then we wouldn't even be there. So how could we think that we are the ones doing all these things? He's the one who gives us the opportunity. He's the one who gives us
He does.
the chance
He does. We
to do
forsake
these
it.
great things that we can do, or even just the simple things. Something as simple as breathing. We don't sit there and be like, well, I need to take a breath, and I need. No, it just happens.
No. Yep.
And we take that for granted, and
Our-
we think that we're almost prideful about it. Like, well, yeah, look what I can do. Look, and it's like, you're missing the
No,
point.
you're missing the big picture
Yeah,
of
you're
what
missing
your
the point.
day could absolutely look like.
Yep. And one of the things that I also noticed, comparing having that brotherhood and not having that brotherhood, is the enemy wants you alone. He wants you isolated
All the time.
because it makes you vulnerable.
all the time.
And it's like, it's a crazy, even though you feel like, oh, I can do this, when the enemy's really hitting you hard, you had a rough day at work, you know, you're struggling with some personal issues, some
Yeah.
relationship issues, some family
Yeah.
issues, you're in a vulnerable state. And if you don't have those guys, those other godly men that you can count on, and be like, I'm struggling.
Yo, I just need sometimes 5 minutes.
I'm struggling.
Sometimes it's just a check-in. Really. You know, I don't need to be coddled necessarily.
No,
But it's like, hey, listen, you available? I need 5 minutes.
Mhm.
And you know what? And if nothing else, it's like when we talk, right? It's just out of a random blue day.
Yeah.
We're all doing something. You were working. I just got out of work, and it was just like beep boop bop boop beep beep beep. It could be that moment of reach out to know, like, I heard another person's voice that was outside of my own, and I'm checking in. I'm you know, it doesn't even need to be discussed necessarily. I don't know. It's a weird conversation that takes place between men where it's sort of like you're talking about stuff, but then you're also talking about something else. It's a connectivity.
Yeah.
Really, that's what you're talking about? It's a
Yeah.
connectivity.
Well, it's like Proverbs 27:17, where iron sharpens iron, so as one man sharpens another. It's a great feeling to know that you have someone there, or multiple people there by your side,
Yeah.
that when it's time to walk through the fire,
Oh yeah.
they don't even flinch.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't count how many times there's been times where I've been talking to Greg or even you, and it's been like, you know, that fire starts to come up, and I'm like, well, man, I don't know about this, guys, or this.
Yeah.
And you guys don't even flinch. You guys are like, no,
Yeah.
let's
yeah.
go. Like,
Yeah.
you're on the right track. Let's go.
Yeah.
And then that's like, that just little mindset is like, okay, yeah, you know what, you're right.
Yeah.
Why was I even doubting that? Or why was I even worried about that?
That small voice picks up so much steam if you allow it.
Oh, yeah.
And I think I told you the other day, right? Like before work, when I was going to work,
Mm-hmm.
and was just one of those moments where it was like I felt this overwhelming weight about my day, about my state that I was in. And I'm like, and I was feeling this slow burn at 3:30 in the morning, and I'm like, no way. No way, Jose. No. I literally just got up, and this is what's going to consume me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm already ashes by 8 o'clock if I let that thing
Yeah.
smoke me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, no, I cannot. I mean, I didn't have anybody to call, but I knew at that moment the choice had to be made for me to walk so that when I do go into the real world and I end up confronting customers or my coworkers, that I can have that power.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, you can be your best self.
Yeah.
You can't, because once you're already
Your best self.
beat
Yeah.
and you're defeated, then you don't. It's so funny that you said that. And when you told me on the phone, I thought of this moment. I woke up the other day and I was driving to school with Julian, and I remember when I got up, I was so tired. Been working out 2 days, staying up late, sauna, the whole 9 yards, just
Yeah.
putting my body through the
Yeah.
limit. And I remember waking up and I was just tired. And I'm like, man, to go do it all over again, to go to work,
Yeah.
work out, go work out again, stay
Yeah.
in the sauna, you know.
It's beyond motivation at that point.
And I was like, whew, I was just defeated. Brushed my teeth, got ready, got my breakfast, and got in the car. And when I got in the car, I just felt like this weird, like, just like, I'm good. Like
Yeah.
you're here. Like, you feel good. You're building. You know.
Yeah.
And I remember just looking at my cousin, and I was like, Julian, like, you know, man, I was like, if you feed into that negative energy and you look at it like, just another day,
Yeah.
you're gonna drag all day long, and you're not gonna do the
That
things that
is
you wanted to do.
True.
But if you take just that little mindset, it's like, today's a good day. It's gonna be a good day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do everything I
I'm
can.
gonna
You know
choose
what? Whatever
it to
gets
be.
thrown at me,
That's right.
I'm gonna choose to have a good day.
That's right.
And sometimes it's just that little switch. Not to say that you're gonna have the best day ever.
No.
Sometimes it's really bad,
Yeah.
and you get hit with one thing after another. But you know what? You can roll with it, and
Yes.
you can go through it. Especially if you have those people that you can count on and you can lean on. And at the end of the day, it's not about, like you said, about having people that, you know, coddle me, or that like, hey, I'm just having a bad.
Yeah.
It's sharing the fight.
Yeah.
That daily fight that as we wake up that we have to go through. It's sharing that with other men who understand that.
And you know what? And to your point, to be more specific in terms of those daily battles, it's anxiousness, it's self-doubt, it's moments of like, am I on the right path? It's moments of, am I upholding everything in my life to be correct? And it's not to say I don't fail those moments, but I also fight against those moments more oftentimes than not, because I don't want to be the catalyst for the other person to choose their day to be that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, I'm adding to the pot of like no good deed. Like,
Mhm.
I'm just gonna roll wherever I am and
Oh.
just be like the bitter pickle.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. Like, I can't. If that person that you're having to deal with is already angry and you're angry,
Yeah. What?
where
good
were
can
you
come from
serving each other? Yeah,
Yeah.
like your body is such a miraculous thing because it thrives off of energy on top of everything else that it's built on.
Mm-hmm.
Then now you've got like these unseen forces, spiritual ones, right? A lot of times, but those come through by way of like energy.
Yeah.
And I listen, I get told all the time that if you allow for that bit of anxiousness, doubt, guilt, anger, your body recognizes it like that cortisol goes up. My wife tells me all the time, dude, you don't want, for what? For what basic thing like, oh my goodness, you spilled the milk.
Yeah.
It's a common thing. Oh, crying over spilled milk, right?
Mhm.
That's that famous quote.
Yeah.
Oh, don't cry over spilled milk. And it's true. Like, people are reactive that way. And I don't want to, I want to be I don't want to be going up in temperature. I want to be the gauge, and that's something that I'm practicing
Yeah.
on. And so when I get to speak with you or Nate or Greg, and we find a moment to have that, it's like, it takes you to a different spot
Mm-hmm.
where you're not having to feel like you have to be on.
Yep.
Because you said it in the very beginning. You said, oh, you know what, I had a small circle. But on the flip side for me, and what I thought, man, like, if you look at my phone, there's like 3,500 phone numbers in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's ridiculous.
Wow.
I probably need to
Yeah,
edit.
that's-
There's a
that's-
lot of dupes.
That's
Okay, it's bonkers. Like, but there was a part of me at one point that I thought most of those contacts were friends. No. No, man. Like, an old boss jokingly said to me one time, we're not friends. We're coworkers. And there's like a half truth in there. And I think what we need to realize, and what I'm certainly realizing, is because I worked in an environment where I like to think I'm happy-go-lucky when it comes to work. But like, you realize that not everyone's your friend.
yeah.
And you could easily confuse that because you're out there, you're having a good time, you're getting along,
Easily.
right?
Till that one time where you're like, you try to count on them as a friend,
Oof.
and
Crickets.
then and then you're like, whoa, where's that person?
Yeah.
Like, I thought we had a good time. I thought we had, like, a friendship, and it just really shows that there was nothing there.
Yeah. That's and that can go on for years,
Yeah.
which is
It's crazy that you can spend that much time with someone, or
yes.
build something like that, and then not.
Yes.
And really, at the end of the day, friendship, or even in a brotherhood, is as simple as, like, when you're tempted, someone checks in on you.
Yeah.
When you're weak, someone's praying for you. When
You
you're
know-
bleeding,
Whoa.
someone's there to help
Right.
bandage the wound.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And those are the moments that really show your true friends, or your true core group,
Yeah.
and sometimes it's just even those simple things,
Oh, absolutely.
Hey, I've been struck, my refrigerator isn't working, I need to get it out, or whatever. That
Yeah.
person shows up and they didn't even, all right, I'll be over.
Yeah.
You hear them grabbing their keys.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh no, I wasn't telling you. No, you need to get it done. I got
Yeah.
time. Let's go. Let's
Yeah.
go get it done.
That's right.
And that's something as minute as, like, something simple. So, but if someone's willing to do the little things, then when the big things come up,
Yeah.
for sure they're there.
Oh, there's
They're not
no
even
question.
flinching. They're, where are you at? Where?
Yeah. It's not, you just have to place the call.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that I've realized as of late, and this has been happening for probably about a year, is I just recently put on my shirt, "Pray Me Up," and it's a borrowed phrase that Coach heard, but he heard it from someone else, and I think I love that practice. I love that practice amongst brothers. Like, sometimes that's all you have to say. Hey, pray me up.
Yep.
I'm about to go do this. Good luck. No.
No.
I don't need I don't need luck.
Yeah.
I'll wish you well. Not
No.
wells for wishing. You got a hole and it's an abyss.
Yeah.
That's the well.
No. Pray for me.
And wishing is in there. It's
Yep.
not, Praying someone up is that acknowledgement. Is that next, it's that level up of going, you know what? I'm not just thinking about you, but I'm going to put upon you the provision that God has for me and you,
Mm-hmm.
that I'm going to be the catapult to push you forward and give you that confidence and give you the hope that, you know what? Your day is hard. Days can get harder. But I'm going to be praying for you because I want you to have that supernatural strength that is not from me. It's through me to you, because you will harness that.
Mm-hmm.
What? And then that is such a confidence builder.
Yeah. Well, even and this is something that Coach Chase challenged me on, and he's right. He says so many times we say we're gonna pray for people, and not
Yeah.
only do we not pray for them, but why not pray for them in that moment? Yeah,
Ooh.
some moments they're pressed for time,
Yeah.
or you just can't,
Yeah.
and that's understandable. But
Yeah.
there's a lot of times where if it was just me and you talking, be like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm going through is, you know what, let me pray for you.
That's so wild. That concept is so wild, because I think a lot of people start to feel like they have to be so eloquent. Listen, my wife's the English teacher. I'm not.
Yeah.
I might have some funny quips and jokes and sayings, but the eloquence is very tough when it comes to, like, I need you to seriously say something right now. And you're like, well, what is it? I'm now asking for guidance of your needs. And sometimes it can just be as simple as, you know what, man, let your heart not be troubled. I'm praying for you right now that as you and I are gathered
Yep.
here, let your heart not be troubled.
Yep.
And it's like that right there, your cortisol level drops.
Mhm. Well, I think it's not even the content of the prayer.
Yeah.
I think it's more so of the act
It's
of
heavy.
actively praying, especially with the person right there in that moment. You're opening the door for God to work through you
Absolutely.
to that person.
That's
Because
exactly it.
there's nothing wrong with literally to going home and praying for that person, but I think there's a certain level of intimacy and just that of like
Boldness.
where you're like, I don't know, I can't. It's a weird feeling. Like every
No, I
time
get
I've
what
actually
you're saying. I get what you're saying.
I've
bro.
actually been able to do it.
Yeah.
Like it's a great feeling.
Yeah.
does
Like
it
you're
feel-
releasing
it
something,
feels a
right?
little scary at this first.
Yeah.
But like when you actually like, you know what? It doesn't matter my feelings. This
No.
person needs this prayer, and I'm gonna pray with them. And
Yeah.
it's a great feeling when you actually do that, and you're like, wow, like, and then the person, they actually receive it, because when God does work through that, they're like, wow, like, thank you so much for that, thank you.
It's, you know what, it just hit me, like when you're coaching the kids, right, you all get into a huddle. You're not
Yeah.
praying necessarily, but you're in a huddle,
Mm-hmm.
and you're gathered, you've got their attention, they're banded around you. That is like, if you want to look at it, when you're talking to somebody outside of that sports environment and you huddle in prayer, it's like a moment of coaching. It's like a moment of going, all right, here's the play that I'd like to share with you.
Yeah.
And that's cool, because then they can look up and they go, oh yeah, dude, we're running that play. You just prayed about that. And now I kind of get what you mean.
Yeah.
And that's like, wow. It's eye-opening.
Mm-hmm. You allow the Lord to work, to use you as a vessel.
Yeah.
You allow Him to change. And like I said, sometimes it's not, the prayer can be mediocre, but it's not what you say.
Yeah.
It's the intentionality of doing it
Absolutely.
and trying to reach that person and
Absolutely.
asking God for that help.
Right.
Not you trying to. Well, let me try to see what I can do to help you.
Yeah,
it's-
you're not trying to
it's-
fix something. It's not like a
yes.
flat tire.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, Lord, I know I don't have the power
Yeah.
to help this person,
Yeah.
but allow your power
Yeah.
to work in them
Right.
to help them. give them comfort, give
Right.
them peace, you know?
Right. Yeah, and it's moments like that that I realize about people. And I mentioned to you, I wanted to share with you this like saying, friendships, and it's funny because I either read it or someone told me. It's like friendships is like a fart, right? If you push too hard, it might be poop.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be that you're like constipated for that. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Figuratively speaking, right? You shouldn't have to be like, man, I want to be like that person is cool. Like I want to chill, but like
Yeah.
you shouldn't have to strive. And I think the natural effect needs to take its course. If you're not feeling it, don't force it.
Yeah. Well,
Or they're not feeling it.
Yeah.
Whatever the case is.
well, there's a big difference between friends and having brothers in arms.
Yeah.
There's you need men who know what it's like to fight those real stuff.
Yeah.
The depression, lust, shame, doubt, and really not to just throw a Bible verse out there at you. And be
Right.
like, oh, well, go read this, but to actually sit there and stand in the gap with you
Yeah.
and be like, hey, man, I know you struggle with this.
Yeah.
I know I struggle with this. Like this is where we lean on each other.
Yeah.
And through him, we lean on him for that strength. But we use the brotherhood that he has given us
Yeah.
to overcome those things and to get through it. And I think this is where God puts the people that you need in your life at the right moments, because if someone doesn't understand that battle, or is someone who really
Yeah.
hasn't been through any of that walk, then you're sitting there going, okay, well, you don't understand where I'm coming from.
Right.
And you almost kind of get angry because you're like, you're trying to give me advice, you're trying to be there for me, but you don't really understand.
Yeah, and I think that reliance, when you're getting advice from outside of that spiritual realm, you can get good advice. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I mean, people go to psychiatrists and psychologists, and I'm not saying that doesn't help, because clearly it's helped a lot of people in its existence. But there's something about the spiritual guidance that you can receive
Yeah.
from another brother to be like, hey, look, this happened to me today. I'm tripping a little bit. You don't even have to say talk me off a ledge. It's sort of like, what's your take? How do you see it from the standpoint of what I could do different, how I could react different, how I could be a bit more proactive in actually making a change? Because it's very easy for us to be reactive, and sometimes the emotions, we all have it, but to be able to talk to another person mano a mano
Yeah.
is important. And it's wonderful to have, because for a long time, for my case anyhow, I thought I had that. I thought I had the brotherhood, you know what I'm saying? And then there was always one guy. It was me and another guy that we can talk in this biblical sense. But there was always one odd man out, right? And that one odd man out almost, I want to say, I felt like that embodiment that he had to go and constantly dig at me for bringing up the topic of spiritual warfare was basically the spirit of Satan going up in arms, because I was having a conversation with someone else who wanted to hear the word. And it was like the shrieking. And I never understood what that was, because I wasn't so, I'm not saying I'm more biblically inclined today, but I am more aware of my spirituality as I get older.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
And so when I didn't recognize it back then, I had an inkling, but I didn't know how to address it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know the idea of, I'm going to pray for you. I mean, I guess I did, but then I was always so like self-conscious about it.
Yeah.
I didn't want it to seem weird, right? Like I'll be like, I didn't know what to say. I would just point and I'd be all, I don't know what you're doing, man. Like, I'm trying to have a conversation about this. He wants to hear it. And I had no idea, or at least was aware of the fact that that was basically a demon spirit. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And now, today, my awareness to that is so like a bat, like
It's hiding.
it's man, it's heightened. I'm like, you see that?
Yeah. It's so crazy because like I've tried to explain it to people, but you can just almost feel it.
Oh man,
And
that
it's like,
aura.
You sit there and you're like,
Yeah, that's
something's off.
Something's off.
Something's not right here. And people are like, what are you talking about? He's a great guy. It is. I'm telling you, just
Yeah.
wait. And it's like you said about having that awareness.
yeah.
It's not
Yes.
that I'm sitting here saying I'm gifted or no,
Yeah,
I
I'm
just
not trying
I'm
to-
just
yeah.
open. I'm just open to it. I'm just paying attention. And I feel like a lot of our lives, at least for me, a lot of my life, I was just going through the motions.
Man, yeah.
Whether it was tunnel vision or really with my eyes closed. Until now it's like
Discernment.
everything is so crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
we're more discerning now. And man, that's taken me years. Cause like I said, I thought everybody was my friend.
Yeah.
And my wife is
Yep.
we're like opposites. It's
Oh.
amazing how we get along because she could smell it from like a mile away. And that part of it, because here's the thing too about brotherhood, sometimes when we're able to relate so much, it's almost like there's almost like that agreeance, and you're like, wait, but I want you to just flip it over real quick and see if it passes, because sometimes you do expect them to go, right? Yeah, right. But on the flip side, I'm always like, but I want you to think, just put on a different hat real quick. Just tweak it a little bit. Do you see anything funky?
Yep.
Like, just look under the carpet,
Yep.
right? Because sometimes it's very easy to agree with,
Yeah.
you know, to just be like, you're tripping. And then you go, am I though? No, really, like, test the water. What's the litmus test for it?
Yeah.
Test it for me, because really, I know you might agree right now, but just test it for me, just so that I'm
Just yeah.
sure. So, yeah, man.
I got some scripture for you that this is one of the things that I'm starting to grow into and like learning, and like I said, like even just me being the way I am and like how I have my just really to myself, like it's hard for me, and it's James 5:16.
Oh, I love James.
Confess your sins to one another and pray for each other so that you may be healed. And notice it doesn't just say confess to God, but it says confess to one another, which just shows that there's healing in vulnerability.
Oh man,
And
100%.
for me, that's a hard, because I mean, as a man,
Trust.
no one wants to be vulnerable.
Trust is huge for a man.
Yep. And like it's just so, but it's scripture.
Yeah,
In order to truly heal
yeah,
the way God intended
Yeah.
you to heal, and to overcome those things and like the things we talked about, where there's lust,
yeah,
depression, shame, doubt,
Yeah.
all those things, you have to confess that to your brothers.
yeah,
But it's like we said, just because there's a difference between your friends and your brothers.
yeah,
So you got to be very careful, because if you start opening up
Yeah. Oh man.
and you start confessing to the wrong people, the people like you said,
Robbing
who
and
you
stealing.
thought that,
Robbing and stealing.
then they do more damage to you,
Yeah.
and then you never want to open up because you're like, well, no, that's not happening. You
That's
know?
right.
And so yeah, it's definitely something that you want to do because of scripture, but you have to be careful. You have to be.
I think when I said when you have to be filled with discernment, it is literally what I like to do as a test for myself is I'll just lob out a thought from the Bible, not even a thought, like a verse from the Bible,
Mhm.
that I will extrapolate something out of, and I would ask and I would propose that to somebody. Like, for instance, today I was talking to a coworker, and we were discussing stuff about, we were just about to discuss things about politics and stuff. And I was like, well, that gets really dicey.
Yeah.
You know, you have to be ready to have the actual discussion without it being an offense because I'm speaking, and then now all of a sudden we're now dealing with lexicon issues as opposed to like the topic at hand.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a waste of time. But I mentioned at the end of the conversation, I said, you know what we tend to forget is that we tend to take a moment to just remind ourselves that we're human, and that at times, for as often as you want to look to man for advice, sometimes you got to reach up higher.
Yeah.
You know, the world, and I do this now and again too, is that it's very easy to just be looking left, right, without ever looking up. And I think that's the difficulty, is that we fail to like look up
Look up. Yeah.
and look towards each other at the same time. You know, because it's like, all right, I can't deal with this. I need somebody that understands what I need to share. And it goes hand in hand with the brotherhood, with the person who understands that concept.
Mm-hmm.
And I think now, when I share that with people, I'm like, look, if you have a moment to pray and meditate on something, you should do it. What does that mean? Pause. Think about the grace that you have been afforded. Think about your life for what you think is bad. Think about the actual 90% of it that's good.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny when I can say that now to people, because it stemmed from conversations that I've had with like you guys, and in the conversations in passing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you realize the fruits that you're bearing now are different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, because low-lying fruit is very easy to pick. And I'm thankful, for one, to have been able to pick the kind of fruits that have grown out of people like you, Nate, Reg, you know, the handful of the small collective
Mm-hmm.
that we've been able to like slowly harness out of like a surprise, out of like random contacts, out of small conversations about a enthusiastic topic, and yet still manage to squeeze in like that biblical standpoint.
Yeah.
Because that's wild to be able to install those moments of like, yo, this is like today what Nate sent about Galatians. You're like,
Mhm.
yeah, you're really not that important
Yeah.
until you give yourself up for someone else's needs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
100%. That's hard for a lot of people because naturally, as humans, we're very selfish. We're very
Oof.
self-centered, and we worry about our needs before, and that
Yeah.
goes against what God is asking us to do and what biblically says we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And just honest, I mean, at the end of the day, brotherhood means there's no turning back once you start
Yeah.
down that path. And it's like we say, we burn the boats, we burn all the excuses, we burn everything behind
Burn
us.
the boats.
We're walking forward,
Burn the boats.
and when we move as one, we commit as one.
Yeah.
There's no retreat. There's no plan B. Once we start to walk for Christ and we start to walk in His purpose, that's it. We burn
Yeah.
the boats and we go on.
No shame.
Nope.
No shame, because I think even when it's hard for us individually, there is someone always in need of your presence somewhere at some point. And that is such a beautiful opportunity
Yeah.
for you to be present in someone's life, to be like, look, man, grace has been afforded to me. Grace can be afforded for you too.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't ever really know that that person is willing to embrace that aspect of God in their life until you go, Jesus is good, man.
Yeah.
He's been good through all the bad, certainly through all the good.
100%. Well, Mr. B, I definitely am grateful for the
Man.
brotherhood that you have given me. And I mean, just look back on the
How fast and furious and
couple
how,
of months
yeah.
we've been able to accomplish, the things we've been able to do.
Yeah.
I know I wouldn't be the man that I'm becoming and that I am if I didn't have you guys and I didn't have your guys' support to do the things that we're doing.
What a wonderful
I'm
thing.
grateful to have that, and thank you for everything that you've done, and
Oh,
just
thank
to
you. The
be
pleasure's
here
mine.
and,
I'm
you know,
humbled,
be a
man.
part of this.
Thank you. No, this is, for me too, I think to be able to be a part of something, to recognize that after so many years of being prayerful, to be able to be in a collective of God-fearing men and to be in that space is such a gift. And to know that that exists. You know, we all have our lives, but to know that every so often, and when the stars align and we could all be together, it's like moments like this.
Yeah.
And it's clear, man. Like, we all have been through whatever we are going through in life to get to this place. There have been, I'm sure, many lessons that led up to this moment.
100%.
I wish I could remember them, but I could definitely distinctly remember praying for people in my life that are good men, strong men, dangerous men, and spiritual men that in whatever walk they're in, I could be present for. It's right here.
Yeah.
So, man,
No.
much love, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's another one for the books.
Hey.
Be raw, be uncut, don't shy from the pain. It's the storm that seals the mark of your name.